Dallas police charged 3 teenagers with the capital murder of a 61-year-old man. Sam Morris was walking back to his East Oak Cliff house late Saturday night after buying groceries. Investigators say a group of 6 to 8 boys saw him walking with a limp, saw an opportunity, planned how to carry out their attack, and then went after him. Police say they chased him, beat him unconscious, and then shoved him into the street where a car hit and killed him.
It's senseless. And you think about the conduct, you think about the forward thinking as they plan to carry out this act.
Dallas police say the charged suspects, one 13-year-old, 2 14-year-olds, admitted their participation in Morris's murder. Police are still looking for the driver of the vehicle that hit him and left the scene. There were also 2 people who saw Morris get hit. They stopped to help and then left before police got there. Detectives do want to talk to them and ask them about what they saw. Attorney and jury consultant Mary Griffiths in to help us kind of break this case down tonight. Mary, first thing, the capital murder charge. That's a very serious, the most serious. Does it relate to the planning? I know police were very careful to talk about this planning element. Is that important in charging?
For capital murder, absolutely. Yes, but you know that this is the juvenile. They're charging under juvenile. Any act that a 10 to 16-year-old does, that they're considered a juvenile. So this is being done in juvenile court, juvenile judge, all of that.
In theory, though, a judge could certify one or more of these 13, 14-year-olds, and again, theorizing, if they're certified as an adult, they could get the death penalty.
Well, for a 14-year-old, if they get certified, and it's 2 14-year-olds that are involved in this, and the 13, but you have to be 14-year-old to be certified.
Okay.
So once they get certified, then they're going to go to the adult trial system and adult detention facilities. But even if
would that happen? I mean, a 14-year-old getting a death penalty?
No. Even if a juvenile is certified to be at 14 years old, they're not going to get the death penalty. They could get a life sentence, but they're not going to be a juvenile certified at 14 is not going to get the death penalty.
And are you saying that because of the law says it can't happen, or are you just saying a judge won't do it?
The law. The law.
Okay.
If they're certified at 14 years old, and then they go to the adult trial system, they're not going to get a death penalty.
All right. What's your experience with 13 and 14-year-olds? I mean, do they get it? Do some get it and should be held absolutely accountable, and some don't? What's your experience?
Well, the jury research I've done for teenagers who get convicted or they're going to trial in front of jurors, one of the things that the jurors look for, they actually look for 3 things. They look for how severe the crime was, how dangerous, how life-threatening, the conduct, how evil, all of that. Number 2, they look for any prior past conduct that teenager may have done. Is there a past criminal history that happened? But then the jurors also that I've interviewed, they say that, you know, we couple that with the idea that I don't want to necessarily not give a teenager, these are 7th and 8th graders, I mean, 7th and 8th graders,
very young,
an opportunity to maybe rehabilitate or have another chance to have a life. Now, did they give the victim that? No. But when I talk to jurors about sentencing young people, they always bring that particular topic up.
Has that changed over the years?
You know,
you know what I mean? I think nowadays what we hear people talk, they're really hardcore on teenagers, but maybe in the courtroom it's always been the same.
When you're the one sitting there and having to tell a young person if they've had no prior past conduct, and that's the key, because when jurors tell me, they're like, if this is their first time, then I understand you're young and you may have done something that was very dumb and this tragic consequence. But I may give you the opportunity to have another chance to rehabilitate yourself, to redeem yourself. And so hence I will take that into my sentencing phase.
Does the group thing play into that too? A 14-year-old was part of a group of 8. Does that play in or not really?
Well, you know, and that'll be important how the facts lay down. As far as was somebody the ringleader, were a couple people kind of just holding back, or was it everybody doing a group activity? That's going to count as far as how the story sort of pans out. Was there one particular person who was really doing it, or was it just a group dynamic?
And it usually falls on the ringleader.
Right.
Right. Okay. Talk about defending this age group. Is it difficult? Is it tough to get them to I don't know, just what are the challenges?
Well, you know, what jurors always tell us is that the best, you know, defense is to always just say, A, the truth about what happened, and B, sort of give us the underlying circumstances. What exactly motivated you to do this? Was this just a dumb act? You got caught up in the moment. What happened? But in this particular case, what the additional fact is that there was a hit and run that occurred that actually caused this person to die. These people caused them to have this poor man in this road at that time beaten. And then you have a second variable of a hit and run that actually caused the death.
That does offer a defense theory for something else. doesn't
Correct,
it?
that
Yeah.
this may have just been an accident. That conduct was horrific of beating him up and leaving him there. But then you have this other factor that came into effect too.
And tough for a hit-and-run driver to come testify for the prosecution saying they did it, and that's a bad person in and of itself, right? I
Well,
mean,
you know, imagine if you're the driver and you just see this, and this could be just some sort of accident. I hope this person comes forward because this was just something unknown.
Yeah.
So it's a tragic case for Mr. Morrison and his entire family.
right. Mary Griffiths, thanks for coming in.
Thank
Adding some
you.
perspective. Thank you.